Hey guys, I'm Ryan, this is Futureriffs, and we are back for another 15-minute exercise for the month of September. Today, we are going to learn how to elongate our soloing. We're going to go through more than just little short riffs. We're going to give you some space to kind of explore. I'll be giving you 3 of them today. Let's check them out. Alright, so we're going to go over 3 longer formatted runs. A lot of times when players are freshly learning how to improvise and things like that, they're starting to get into the creative side of playing guitar, they get stuck in these little spots that they know. Or the opposite happens and they wander around the guitar and can't find the path they're looking for. So I'm going to do 3 long formatted runs that one's going to be based around pentatonics, one's going to be based around arpeggios, and the other one is going to be based around a mode. Last month we did an Ionian exercise. The mode exercise in this video will be the second mode in the series of 7 modes. It's going to be the Dorian mode. So let me show you all 3 of them so that you guys can get a feel for what I'm talking about here. Alright, so the first one is going to be pentatonic, and it's going to be based around A minor. I went ahead and based all of these loosely around A minor. The mode one is going to be based around A minor, but A Dorian minor. We haven't talked about that a whole lot on this channel yet, but you'll like the sound of it. It's a pretty cool sound. Let me show you the first one. The first one is a pentatonic run, big one. Okay, so this one is going to be the arpeggio-based one. Still A minor, and I'm going to be switching in between a couple different arpeggio shapes. We're going to go like this. Alright, so this last one is going to be based in a mode. It's going to be based in A minor Dorian. So it's going to sound minor, it's going to sound A, but it's not going to sound like an A minor pentatonic or a straight minor scale either. It's going to sound a little bit different, and that's because the Dorian mode comes from a different area of your key signature. So this is how this one sounds. Arpeggio if you wanted to. Okay, let me break these down for you guys, and there's 3 of these big long formatted runs today, so we are going to do 5 minutes a day on each one. So that'll be your 15-minute breakup. Let me play them each for you and kind of explain what's going on here. Let's start with the pentatonic. So the pentatonic, we're doing an A minor pentatonic run. But as some of you guys already know, there's actually 5 shapes of pentatonic on your instrument. No matter what key you're in, you have 5 basic minor pentatonic shapes. So, that being said, we can actually flow through several pentatonic shapes, kind of linking them together. So try this. I'll play it real slow. We're going to start actually on G, because I think it sounds a little bit cooler. So we are going to go G, A, C, D, and then you slide up into where your basic A minor pentatonic would typically be. So it's going to sound like this. All strung together. I'm doing a mixture of hammer-ons and alternate picking. Honestly, whatever you feel like you need to work on more, whether it's hammer-ons or picking, choose the right path for you to get better at your instrument. So I'm mixing the two. I'm hammering on the E string. If you want to follow along with exactly what I'm doing, I'm hammering on the E string and the A string, and then I'm picking everything else. Okay, let's try that real slow all the way through one last time. So I'm getting to utilize 3 of my 5 pentatonic shapes in that one run. So it's taking me from real low notes to much higher notes, and it's crossing a lot of frets. Gives you kind of the space to explore. And I want you guys, when you really feel comfortable with the riff that I'm showing you, kind of goof around in it. See if you can break it up and make it into a brand new riff. It'd be awesome. It'd be very, very cool. Also, if you're not familiar with your 5 minor pentatonic shapes, check them out. Maybe I should do a video on them. Okay, so let's look at the arpeggio. We are doing 2 arpeggios in this arpeggio run. A 6-string A minor and a 5-string A minor. And lucky for us, they're kind of spread apart. So you end up playing from 5th fret all the way up to 12th fret on this run. So it gives you a lot of space to explore. I'm going to play it real slow for you guys so you can follow along. The first shape is the 6-string A minor arpeggio. This is featured in our arpeggio video too, so if you aren't familiar with your 6-string and 5-string arpeggios, check out our arpeggio video. Alright, so I'm going 5, 7, 8. Technically, the B isn't in a regular A minor arpeggio, but we're adding it in because it's awesome, and it makes it an A minor 9, and it's pretty sounding. So, we're gonna go... So that's your first shape, is just the entire A minor 6-string arpeggio. The next step is hammering on to 8, and then sliding your pinky up to 12. Oops, sorry guys. Once you're up at 12, you're in the position for the 5-string A minor arpeggio. And you're going to go descending back down to A, but we're going to take a little stop along the way. So we'll do the first part of the arpeggio, 12, 8, 10, 9. Then we reach up with our pinky and play 12 on the B string, adding that B note back into both arpeggios to keep that A minor 9 feel. And then from that B, you finish your arpeggio like you never played the B. So you just finish that entire 5-string arpeggio shape. Let me play the entire thing slow. If you want it to fit perfectly flawless in a 4/4 time signature, then you can't play the final note, and it actually sounds awesome to end on the minor 3rd anyway. So let me show you what that sounds like as well. Honestly, not resolving it all the way might make you sound a little bit more mature in your playing. Sometimes resolving too often makes it sound like there's no other way to end a riff. You can end riffs all over the place. You want them to resolve somehow, but they don't need to go back to, like, the tonic. So let's play that whole thing again. I'll be quiet. This exercise in particular is really healthy because there's a little bit of sweeping, there's a lot of passing through strings quickly, which is a difficult thing to do, or at least for me, it really drives me insane, and that's why I focus a lot on arpeggios. and it covers a ton of ground. You're getting a very wide arrangement of notes, which just sounds so cool than being stuck in a small area. Okay, let's look at that crazy mode 1 now. So this mode 1 starts in A, like I explained, it was starting in the Dorian shape of our key signature. So we're doing A Dorian. I'll show you that scale just for fun. It looks like this. So it doesn't sound completely minor, it doesn't sound completely major, and that's because it sits in a funny little spot in its own key signature. And if there's any theory buffs that are following us or follow us in the future, I'm aware that A Dorian sits in the key of G, but if you like to play modally, you can totally bend the rules, and this will sound awesome in the same key signature that we've been doing, which is A minor or C relative major. Just a little one for the nerds there. Okay, so let's do this whole run here. We start in A minor Dorian, and we quickly exit it. We go... I've been watching a lot of Tom Quayle videos lately. If you guys don't know who Tom Quayle is, check him out. He is an Ibanez signed artist. He is an incredible guitar player. This is not sponsored. He's just really, really wicked good. So... one thing that he likes to do a lot is to not play the same amount of notes on each string, and I totally love that idea. So you shouldn't feel like you need to play 2 notes per string or 3 notes per string or whatever. You should feel like you should be able to flow through them. When you're done with that string, be done with it. It doesn't need to be an even number to the string next door or anything like that. So we're only using the A string for 1 note. We go 5, 7, 8 on the E. Then I put my pointer finger on 7 on the A, and roll it over to D, and play 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm sorry, 7, 9, 10. So I have... Then I slide up to 12, then we do this. This is a little walk down an A minor, a true A minor scale, back to the root, which I really like the way that sounds in this case. So we are going... Once again, you can totally throw an arpeggio in there as well. Let me play it really slow without talking. So cool. Okay, so if you guys practice each one of those long formatted riffs for 5 minutes a day, you're going to see a large improvement. One improvement that you're going to see in this is the ability to visualize your fretboard over a longer span. A lot of people feel safe within 3, 4, 5 frets, but the idea of going from like all the way down in first position and moving up to the higher register of the instrument can be sketchy, and I really hope that these 3 long shapes kind of help you get over some of those things. I'll be working on them this month as well. You know, I got to be accountable, right? I got to do what I'm saying is good. So I'll also be giving these to some of my students down here in Tampa. Remember to like and subscribe. Leave Steven a comment. Cheer him up. He's fine, but make him real happy. I don't know. Just say something cool. Hey, Steven. Just say, hey, Steven. He probably will say hey back. Maybe I will. Who knows? I don't.